Welcome to the Count, Notice, and Remember podcast from Mastery Learning Systems. This podcast series focuses on the principles and techniques in the Count, Notice, and Remember pedagogy, such as how to focus lessons on guided student discovery and how to use assessment and timing to improve student performance and not merely measure it. This series will enable you to get the most out of the classroom and tutoring-tested math intervention materials found in the Discover the Basics and Best Stuff books. This session is on the progress chart, the Count, Notice, and Remember approach to developing fluency. There are two levels of accomplishment with understanding and fluency. The first level, the students slowly solve problems with understanding and accuracy. The second level, the students quickly solve problems with understanding and accuracy. Many think the work is done when students have reached the first level. After all, they got the problems right and understood what they were doing. Does it really make a difference if they were fast or slow? It does. Students who instantly know that, say, 9 plus 5 equals 14 have a clear advantage when they must apply that fact in a more complicated context, such as 90 plus 50. After learning what it means to add groups of 10, these students do not have to struggle to figure out that 9 tens plus 5 tens equals 14 tens, or 140. The difficulty intensifies as students extend the application of basic facts to ever more complicated contexts like these. As students grow older, 9 plus 5 and all the other basic facts do not go away. They are used repeatedly throughout the upper grades. But if the students' minds are still burdened with having to go back and reestablish 9 plus 5, when they should be free to think about more complicated concepts, their progress is inevitably hampered. Their feelings about mathematics in general will take on an aura of stress and clutter, and the feelings of curiosity, the joy of discovery, and confidence will fade away. Tasks such as homework and tests will take longer than they should. What exactly is fluency? With languages, fluency is the ability to clearly express thoughts without having to grope for words. With mathematics, fluency refers to a student simply knowing a fact without having to stop and think about it. Most first graders can instantly tell you that 2 plus 2 equals 4, but too many older students hesitate when asked the sum of 9 plus 5. In both cases, the students may understand the concept behind the problem, but the fluency is not the same for both. Understanding provides a basis for fluency, but it does not automatically produce it. What enables learners to acquire fluency? Practice. But practice of the right sort is required. Rote repetition, devoid of understanding or disconnected from it, is not very productive, and standard timing exercises have more to do with measurement than improvement. They're like measuring the corn in the garden, thinking that it will have some impact on its growth. Measurement is useful, so is growth. The standard approach to timing continues to create some problems. 1. Students write some incorrect answers, which can reinforce memories of those wrong answers. 2. They leave answers blank, which does little for their interest in mathematics and reinforces a negative self-concept. 3. They don't have time to finish the page, so they miss needed practice on certain problems. With the Count, Notice, and Remember progress chart, students do all of the problems correctly. There is no pressure to succeed in a given time. Succeeding with every problem is the objective. Math students, like music students, develop facility and fluency by going over an exercise more than once and getting good at it. Going in different directions on the partner pages keeps it from being rote. It enables students to practice what is becoming familiar in an unfamiliar order. The motivation for repeated practice is provided by the inner delight of getting good at something that the students are already good at and which they understand. Developing fluency connected to concrete math experiences is a more productive approach. Mastery Learning Systems Count, Notice, and Remember pedagogy pairs a graphics page with a partner page of problems that includes a timed progress chart so that memory is developed hand in hand with understanding, connected to context, concept, and concrete experience. View our Discover the Basics and Best Stuff podcast to see how to pair the graphics with the partner pages. Since students always do all of the problems in the Count, Notice, and Remember approach, they don't miss needed practice. Since a wrong answer is met with a simple try again, and since students have the graphic to reconstruct the correct answer, they always get a perfect score, thus avoiding wrong reinforcement. The student looking at the answers also times the partner. The student then circles all of the times on the progress chart they beat. Here's how to approach using the progress chart. The Mastery Learning Systems approach to timing. Say, I need a volunteer to do a timing experiment with me. You say the answers for the whole page while I see how many seconds it takes you to get a perfect score. It's our first time trying this, so it doesn't matter if you're fast or slow. When you say your first answer, I'll start the timer. When you're done, I'll tell you your time. Partner, keep checking the answers as you did before. All right, go ahead when you're ready. This is vastly different from having an enforced time test. The emphasis is on correctness more than speed. The voluntary character of the experience gives it a happier feeling. Now say to the class, everyone look at your partner and decide who is partner A and who is partner B. When I say go, all the A's say the answers, while the others check their answers. While you say the answers, I'll be indicating how many seconds have passed. When you're done saying all the answers correctly, look up and I'll give you your time. This approach makes students feel pleased with their performance. Their natural response is to want to try again to improve their time. In this way, rather than merely measuring speed and accuracy, they're developed. You've been watching a podcast in the Count, Notice, and Remember series. View the other podcasts in the series to get the most out of the Mastery Learning Systems materials. For more ideas and materials, check out our website, www.masterylearningsystems.com. We hope these ideas are helpful and we welcome your feedback. Thank you for watching.